slumbered and slept. Didn't let no evil befall us, dear Heavenly Father. You made on death go away and you made him behave, giving us another chance to get it right with you. And Father, we thank you for that. We thank you, God. We thank you. We thank you. Oh, God, we thank you. Brought us over the dangerous highway. Didn't let no evil befall us. There was an accident, but we wasn't involved in it, dear Heavenly Father. And I thank you for that. Thank you for your hedge of protection, oh God. We thank you for the Holy Ghost on today. Our keeper, our God, our counselor. Father, we thank you for everything. And most of all, we thank you for your dear son. Sending your son, dying on Calvary's cross. He lived this life, oh God, to be a living example, to let us know that we too can live it. Oh, but not by ourselves. It's in him we live, move, and have our being. Father, we thank you for everything, God. We thank you for the living, powerful word on today. It'll set us free. We thank you that it's sharper than any two-edged sword. We thank you. It'll clean us up. It'll make us walk upright. I thank you for it, dear Father. I thank you for another opportunity to learn about you, God, to experience the things and see what Job went through. Oh, God, we thank you. You're a faithful God. You're a good God. You're a sin-forgiving God. And we thank you for being our God. Thank you for being our God. Oh, God, we thank you. We thank you on today. We give your name praise. We give you the honor and the glory. Oh, God, save somebody, oh God. Turn them around, oh God, from their evil ways, oh God. Stir the backslide, oh God. Don't let them rest, oh God, till they come running and say, I must go back to my father. Oh, you said you're married to the backslider. Father, we thank you for everything on today. Touch these lips of clay, oh God. Oh God, you use me in a mighty way, God. Hide me behind the cross, oh God. Let your glory go forth through me, God. Oh God, in the name of Jesus. I don't want to say nothing that I want to say. I rebuke my opinion right now. I rebuke my faults, oh God. You have your way in this place, oh God. Have your way, Lord. To God be the glorified. Let that you be gloried on today. And your peoples be edified, oh God. Oh God, we'll be careful to give your name praise. Your name all the honor and the glory. In Jesus' holy, mighty, matchless name we pray. Amen, 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 amen. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, I thank God for Jesus on today. Thank him for his keeping power. Thank him for watching over us. I thank God for saving me, sanctifying me, filling me with his precious Holy Ghost. That with the mighty burning fire, burning out everything inside of me that's not like him. And I thank God on today. Saw an accident on the Homer Road. But I said, Lord, I thank you. I wasn't involved in that accident. But I prayed for the ones so upset at that car. But you can get another car, but you should be glad that your life was spared. Could have died in that accident. But I thank God for everything on today. And I thank God for this lesson on today. This was a consolating lesson. And I thank God, God is a timely God. He knows what we need. We can look back at the lives of Job. We're going to look at his life. We looked at him last week. We're going to study him this week. We're going to continue in him next week. And like I said, when misfortune occurs. But I put at the top of it, not if, but when. If not if misfortune occurs. Because we know they coming. Trouble coming. He's coming to everyone. Nobody is exempted. But we need to know how to handle it. We don't have to go through, make some of the mistakes Job made. Because Job, we know what Job never knew about the conversation God and the devil had. You know, but he left it in the book so we can know. And it lets me know that Satan can't do anything to us except he get permission from God. That God allows him. And after you see that second chapter, you don't see the devil come up anymore. So that lets us know that whatever you got to go through, God have allowed it. And that's what Romans 8:28 say. For we know all things work together for your good. I don't care how stinking it smells. God's going to make it come out smelling like a rose. I don't care how crooked it is. God's going to straighten it up. He said every high place, God said, I'll bring down. Every crooked place, road, God said he'll straighten them out. All he wants us to do is to trust in him. Unshakable trust on today. Unshakable faith. It's time out for talking faith. It's time to walk in it. Faith is an action word. You can't talk faith. It's an action word. You know, it'll kick in when I don't care what. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. I say yes, yes, yes. And when no, yes, yes in the natural, God is saying no, no, no in the spirit, then we can go with that. So we thank God I thank God for this lesson because it has really encouraged me. I studied this lesson and studied it and read Job. God had all books in the bed with me, you know, just to see. And when whatever he's doing in our lives, rest assured he knows what he's doing. And we need to go down these roads that we're going down. That's when he allowed Satan to come in on Job. You don't see no more of him after the second chapter. He had to go back twice and ask for permission to afflict Job's body. Because God knew what Job is. Some doubt and some fear was inside of him. He didn't curse the day. He didn't do what Satan said he was going to do. I'll make him curse you to your face. He just serving you because he got things. Job was the richest man in all. But he told him he's not serving me just because of things. Take it from him. He yet going to serve me. You know, and that's why we can't get our hope in material things. Anything you see with the carnal eye, it can be stolen from you. It can be taken away. You know, it can go. But if you have your hope in God, that's all we need. Only what you do for Christ is going to last. And then even Sister Tanisha was out, but I was saying our lesson is when misfortune occurred. When. I put up there, not if, but when they come. So be expecting no trouble going to come because he said many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God promised that he would deliver us out of them all. Don't worry about the trouble because he said, Lo, I'm with you always, even until the end of the world. Be of good cheer. He done already let us know I've already overcome this world. And Jesus had to operate in faith too. He said that before he went to the cross. Be of good cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer. When trouble come in your life, cheer, cheer about it. But we go to the left instead of to the right. You know, I'm learning too. And we upset and our heart is heavy. But God said, I got this under control. You know, even when our loved ones, something happened to our children, you know, our heart get broken, we get the mumbling, grumbling, and heart get heavy. But God said, I got this. Did you pray to me for this child? Let me have him. But we don't want, Lord, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. But God knows what he's doing. So let God be God on today. And then our central verse is, and all this Job sinned not. And all what? In all this. Everything Job had to encounter. Everything in this verse, before he stopped talking, there's something else was happening. Our children got affected. The cattle got infected. Reduced it down to nothing in the freezer. All your food gone. Your children, they all gone. You know, everything is gone around you, even afflict his body. But Job said what? The Lord give it, the Lord take it. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You know, can we yet bless God? Even when misfortune comes. This is where he's trying to get us. God got this. I'm not worried about it. He got this. He wants us to enjoy where we are on the way to where we're going. He just wants you to be happy. I don't care what. Caviar not the only thing that takes somebody away. That's in the natural. That lady up in that tub taking her bad children, acting all, look, this is happening, that one. Calgon, take me away. We can tell Jesus he's already taken us away above the situation. He wants us to rise above it all. No matter what you have to go through. walk through it, grow through it. Yeah. God wants us to live through it. Yeah. And how do I do that? By praying through it, fasting through it, reading through it, studying your word through it. So trouble gonna come, misfortune. And what is misfortune? Misfortune is an event or conjunction of events that cause an unfortunate or distressing results. That's what a misfortune is. Trouble, disappointing news. You know, you thinking you're going to get something. It might have been a job. You might have got laid off your job. So what? God got something else for me. You know, I remember Ella Devante, when they had laid him off at the school, when he was at the school. The people the teachers was so upset he was living, but he encouraged me. And see, this is what when we share and talk, you know, in the midst of no job. But he said, don't feel sorry for me. He said, I'm just gonna go home and rest up until my other job comes. You know, and they came too. So if he gave you that job, he's able to give you another one. I see him walking through an open door. You know, so all you got to do, if you don't see it before you see it, you will never see it. God got something great and marvelous for that young man. That's a young man that loved God from before he could talk good. He was talking about the Holy Ghost, and preaching, used to pray. God haven't brought him this far just to leave him now. I see good things in store for him. You know, and our central verse and all this, what he said, all the sad news, Job sinned not. So don't you know when we be mumbling, grumbling, that's a sin? Yes. That's a sin. When you sad, that's a sin because he said rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. So when bad news come, what are you supposed to rejoice? When even good news come, rejoice. You supposed to rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. But nor charge God foolishly. Job 1:22. And we don't want to be like Asaph and Psalm 73. What did he say? I wash my hand in vain. I'm just serving the Lord. When I looked up there and see the dope dealer, I'm paraphrasing it, what he was saying. People don't even serve God. Their eyes are fat. They don't want anything. But that's foolish. That's foolish. What would a profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? You know, so keep your eyes on God. Don't worry about I don't need no Cadillac just to go to the store, to Walmart, and come here. I just need some weed. Take me from point A to point B. But we want the biggest car. We think we win. The biggest house. The biggest this. The biggest that. Come on, bring our sanctified minds in. And what he said, be content with what you have. Because this is not our home anyway. You bought nothing in this world is certain. You're going to take nothing out. Amen. And then he said, when unexpected tragedy occurs, it can be unsettling for all concerned. In this lesson, we will learn how a believer can handle the worst storms of life. This is what we're going to learn, how we're supposed to handle. So the book of Job probes basic questions that have troubled human beings from the beginning. Number one, why do the righteous suffer? Number two, how can the believer remain convinced that God is just when those who worship the Lord so often experience hard-ending tragedy? That's what humans ask. But you know, this is not our home. Can you imagine? You know, just like, let's see, you put one boy, one man, and then you go and meet somebody else, and this an angry one, this a foolish one. He wants you back. You might lose your life in the process. You know, just like the devil. We were serving him, but he wants us back. He know he has not a chance to go to heaven, but we have a chance. Out of all our foolishness that we do, our foolish talking, foolish acting, but miss the mark, sin, that's what sin is. But what? He keeps forgiving us. 1 John, if we confess, he's faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. He'll forgive us. But the devil has not a chance. And that's why he wants you or us to burn like with him. But, I done made up in my mind. I'm not burning. No, I'm not burning. I'm going to stay on the Lord's side. everything. You know, but we know, he says, appointed unto men once to die, and after that the judgment. We all have an appointment with death. You know, like the old people used to say, I wouldn't mind dying if that's all it is too. Because don't think when you're out here, you're dead, you're done. No, you're not. You got to stand. This old body going to go back to the dust, but your soul is going to live forever. And this is what he's focusing on, getting the soul right. He said, all souls are mine, but the soul that's sin, it shall die. You know, we just go to sleep. So God has other purposes in suffering other than a punishment. Don't let what you fail to understand of God's purposes shade your faith and his constant love. So whatever you're going through, don't you know there's a reason behind it? You know, and why do we go through things that we go through? What scripture did I give you? What was the purpose of chastisement? And he let us go through some things. Let's turn to Deuteronomy, the 8th chapter. And this is why God has to have us go through some of the things that we have to go through. We're going to see. Deuteronomy 8. The 8th chapter. This is the purpose of chastisement. Let's start at that. Let's start at 1 and 2.
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Lord swore unto your father. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness.
Okay, so what did he do? Why chastisement had to come? To do what? Wilderness, you stop.
To humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
See, this is the purpose of chastisement. To do what? To humble us, to prove thee, let you know what's on the inside of you. God told us in Malachi, when you pay your tithe, prove me herewith, says the Lord, that I will not pour you out a blessing, that there will not be room enough to bestow it. And then to know what was in thine heart. Because he tells us what? Do not trust your own heart because it's wicked. See, you can't even trust your own heart. Your own heart is wicked. It's wickedness inside of us. That's why we need to ask God to search me, Lord. Search me. If you shine the light from heaven on my heart, if you find anything that should not be, take it out of me to know, so you can know what's in your own heart, that you ain't going to trust your heart. Because I dare not trust my heart. I continue to pray. People's come in and out of my life. Lord, why are you bringing this person in my life? What is this? You know, like the Lord was telling me, you know, don't worry about this or don't worry about that. Who you going to meet or who this and that. You know, different ones come. Why is this person coming into my life? You know, God said, I know why. So my hope and trust is in God. I dare not trust my own self because we know we done made some big mistakes. Put our trust in people. We don't even know their heart. Their hearts is wicked too. Only God knows the heart of man. And then he said, whether thou wouldest keep his commandment or no. So that's why God will test us to see. I'm going to test you and see. Will you keep my commandment? So you can know what's in your heart. Okay, 3.
And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did they fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doeth man live.
Okay, so he humbled thee. This is how God would keep us humble. He know how to make us eat humble pie. You can thank you so much all you want to. Paul thought he was so much, but what did he put Paul on his butt? He got a lot of more folks he got to knock on their butts. that they may know that God is God and you are nothing. We are nothing without him. And then he suffered thee to hunger. He having us go through what we're going through because to show you that you can't do nothing without me. I know this is what God is showing me. I'm at a place in my life. I ain't never been in this place before, but it's humbling me. Every time I need God, here comes something. I done forgot all about it. Here comes something. You know, it's God. You get one disappointment from one person where they didn't keep their word, but God will bring somebody else up to let me know. You can't trust man. We can't trust man, but we can trust God. And then he said, and suffer thee to hunger. He have us go through some things in order that, and then here come God feeding them with manna. When they got tired, we tired of this. We tired of this manna. We want some meat. We want some. There he brought quails to him. You know, which thou knewest not. Didn't even know what it was. And then neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man does not live by bread alone. You got to fast. But by every word that proceedeth out the mouth of the Lord, thus man live. You know, even the raiments, their clothes didn't even get old. And then their shoes. Their feet didn't even spell all that walking. Didn't even their feet didn't even swell up. What a mighty God we serve. And then 5, thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chastens his son, so the Lord thy God chastens thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. And we ain't talking about no scared, reverence him. I fear God. That's when I don't be doing things they ain't got no business. I don't beat cheat people because I fear God. I don't lie, just go around telling lies. I fear God. I don't be laying on my back and got somebody in my bed with me that should not be, because I fear God. Even when, you might say you don't have nobody in there because you ain't got nobody, but even when he brings somebody into my life, I'm still going to stand for God. We ain't going to fornicate. You know, if you're not married, you ain't got no business sexing. You know, God is calling for us to be true. And how maybe God bringing that man or woman into your life, you saying you're a Christian, they want to know more about God. But hearing you, they know the commandments and what you're not supposed to do. And hearing you being unfaithful to God, then they know you're not going to be faithful to them. And if they leave, so what? Bye-bye. Good riddance. God got something else. They knocked them on. But we just holding on, just desperate. I'm going to go on and do, you know, and then you lose them anyway. You know? So let's trust God and stand on God's word. Okay, so that's the purpose of chastisement. So do you see? To humble us, to prove us. It's all for us. To know what's in thine heart. You know, because I didn't know that was in me. You know, God's showing me stuff. You know, he'll bring somebody up. He can see. That's why you're going through what you're going through. Look how you feel. There was a time, looked like this person come up in my memory. I wanted to say a bad word. God said, see what's inside of you? Now I'm going, you're not running around. A lot of stuff is lying dormant on the inside of us and we don't even realize it. You know, and then once they rear their head and they're you. And that's why God allows certain things to come, because he said none but the pure in heart shall see God. He said, see, I got to get that all out of you. You got to get all this stuff out of you. It's not a tinge of sin going up there. God got to get us right. Well, it doesn't matter. Now I understand. Now I understand what's going on. So here's the principle. We don't have to know to remain faithful. You're not going to know everything about God. You ain't going to know everything about God. Look like everything that I stood for, taught for, look like that's what's coming in my life. Lord, what's going on? He said, you said that. God is changing my thinking. You know, he's rearranging my thoughts in my head. He's way. And that's what I was talking to this young man, and he was saying how we were talking about perfect, and how we began to talk. And like I was telling him, and then he was telling me, going all up in the Bible. I said, well, wait, what if somebody just asked you, what does perfect mean? Because ain't nobody perfect. Soon somebody doing something they ain't got no business doing. That's what they are. Ain't nobody perfect. That's the elementary statement. We know that. But what are you talking about? Carnally, fleshly. You talking about sinless, clueless, flawless. Nobody is that. If so, Christ didn't have to come. You could have died for us. But nobody's talking about that. But spiritually, he's talking about complete, mature, and growing. So this is what God wants us to grow inside of. He wants us to grow with Him. Grow. Why? Whatever you're going through, live through. Grow through it. Whatever pains. And let's get beyond the mumbling, grumbling, and complaining. Why me? Why not you? God maybe want to manifest Himself through us. Mm-hmm. How can He do it if you mumbling, grumbling, and complaining? Even when I saw them love bugs the other week, I use it as a witness. One lady was telling me at the post office, all these bugs, but I said, they say these love bugs. Maybe God trying to tell us we need to show some more love to each other. Mm-hmm. And He had the right one at the All Lives Matter. I don't care who you are, all lives matter. And we living in peerless times now. And I pray for the families, even those that was in Las Vegas. It's turmoil, trouble everywhere. Don't you see the sign of the judgment? Mm-hmm. So come on now, we got to get it right. And they get where that group, Satan is trying to get them, a lot of them, and better watch these concerts and things that we are going to, mm-hmm. So it's just time to get things right. Let's go to Job. And then when we suffer, let's seek comfort in the knowledge that God has a purpose in mind. So when you're going through, God has a purpose in mind for us. Jesus didn't suffer just to suffer. He didn't suffer because He was the Son of God. God had a purpose in mind, for Him. He had to go through to be our perfect example. He had to go through to reconcile us back to the Father. So how dare us, God, this is my thing, I do what I want to do. Oh no, you just like slapping God in the face and just like patting your rear at Him. I don't need you, I can do what I want to do. Oh no, baby, because we don't know where death is lurking. But make sure that you're saved. Make sure that you have the Holy Ghost so you can have some getting up power, when Jesus cracked that sky up there. And it's Jesus that's going to present us to God. That's what the scripture said. How can He present you if you didn't live for Him? He can't present us. It's so plain to see how the enemy is blinding the minds of the people. And I thank God for a voice on today. I thank God that God has given me a voice to teach His word and to go out into the highways, into the byways, over the Facebook, over Periscope, over YouTube. His voice, the unadulterated word of God has to go forward because so many people's got a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. I was talking to this young man a few minutes ago. He said, I know you got to go. I was in at the water park studying the word, just going over the word. And he came up there. And the Lord had told me, you park right here. I was going to park somewhere else, but He said, park right here by this car. He knew He was coming. And I thank God for Him. And then he was like saying, I love that word. He got a lot of word inside of Him. He said, I'm going to find you. He said to come to the church. And I thank God for it. He said, you don't find the word like that often. And that is true. And remember, we got to remember, look what Job 1:1. This is what you got to remember while we're studying the word of God. Go to Job 1:1. Let's read that loud.
There was a man in the land of
eschewed. That's what it means. Eschewed means eschewed evil. The Bible says shun the very appearance of evil. He didn't even look at it. He shunned evil. So that's what all through our study, let's remember this about Job. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And the man was what? Perfect. So what are we saying? What kind of perfect? What perfect means here? Mature, growing, and complete. And upright. He did things right before God. He considered God, and he was a rich man. And then in one that he feared God and eschewed evil, shunned evil. So remember this scripture all through our study. Next week too, remember this scripture. No matter what Job had to go through, he was perfect, he was upright, he one that feared God and eschewed evil. So eschewed evil. So don't worry about what we have to go through. Don't let, his friends came. Come on, Job, fess up. You know you done sinned. That was the saying of that day. If you're going through, you done sinned or did something wrong. But that's not so all the time. That's not so. But God left this here. So to testify to us, no matter what you're doing, you can do all, you can cross all your spiritual T's and dot all your spiritual I's. Trouble gonna come to you. Misfortune gonna come to you. Sadness gonna come. But what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? If the life give you a lemon, what you gonna do? Suck on it? Make me some, I make a pie, a lemon pie. I made some lemonade. I'll do something sweet with that lemon. I'm not just going to suck on it. And if I don't have that, stick me some peppermint inside of it and suck on it. But I'm not going to suck on no sour lemon. Whatever this world threw at us, God got this. He working behind the scenes. That's all we have to do. We can sit here all day and talk about what Job went through. But what are you doing? What are we doing? Job didn't do what the devil said he was going to do, curse God to his face, but he did curse the day he was born. See, God had a purpose. He wanted to take Job higher. Job was a rich man. He didn't know poverty. He didn't know how to live poor. But he stripped all the poverty, all the richness from him. Now he's a poor person. He wasn't a sick man, but now he's sick. What you going to do if sickness come to you? You gonna sit there and groan? Why this happened to me? I've been serving God all this time. No, I know he's a healer. So God has a purpose for whatever you're going through. He said, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. And that's what it means by being perfect. And there was a time, even when I was in the court, still there, came home, yes, I cried. God said, but I thank God what I have instilled in my daughters. They began to witness back and talk to me, and that's what really picked me up. I thank God for it. Mama, I'm praying, calling me on the phone. Don't worry about it, Mama. It ain't over yet. And it wasn't. But then the Lord let me know, never again will you feel disappointed about what man is doing to you. I'm in control. The judge's hand, the hearts is in my hand. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to stand here and tell you everything just been going. No, when they were saying no, and they still didn't do it right. But God showed me what to do and how to do it. He used other people's, even messages that I had brought. Even Elder Javante called me one day, even before I had to come to that point. He said, the Lord put it in my spirit. I remember a message you brought. Challenge it. It will change. I said, oh, Lord. I knew what that was saying in my spiritual mind, that we finna get ready to battle here. And which we are battling, but I don't have to wait till the battle's over. I can shout now. And it's not the way, even if it don't go the way I want it to go, it's going to go the way God intended for it to go. He said, you're going to understand it better by and by. And I thank God, it's all God's way. I don't care what's happening. It's His way. For we know all things work being blameless and upright. This description does not imply that Job was sinless, but that he characteristically sought to do what was right out of respect for God. And see, when you set out to do just what's right with God, you know, God knows that you're talking about, he knows my heart. Yes, he knows your heart because he made it. And he knows you're not intended to do wrong. You know, like the Lord told me, Laverne, just pray about it and do what you think that your spirit is telling you to do. I'm going to clean it up. See, when we get right, then we get too far over righteous where we want to do everything right. But he said, you're not going to do everything right. That's when faith comes in and you yet in this human body, but do all you think that what I'm telling you to do. And I'm going to clean it up. You can start out this way and God will turn you around and put you on the right direction. Yeah. I know he will. I'm a living witness he will. And whatever you need in your life, God will bring that thing right to you at the time that he wants you to have. You know, and then I was like, Lord, a lot of stuff like wasn't into my life, you know, really wasn't anyone saying anything in my life. God said, no, I want you to get a closer relationship with me first. Seek ye first the kingdom, his righteousness. You too vulnerable right now. You know, and then now when different comes, they can say the things you want to hear, but you got to wait, you got to back up. You know, as Nehemiah, one of my grandsons, I don't want it. You know, and the Bible said, be anxious for nothing. You know, because we be too far in a hurry. And then your mind can go faster when God said, it ain't going to happen. This how you going to know whether a person of me. If they trying to get you here, get you there in places you don't supposed to be, in that bed, then you know they don't have a relationship with me. Mm-hmm. You know, and this is the way it should be before we start out. Before we get sex all involved in this and that. That's why we can't. That's why so many marriages are not working, because we done built it on an emotion, on a feeling. Now that you said I do, now Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde come out. You begin to meet all these stray folks. Who you? Both man and woman. Who you? I don't know you. I didn't marry you. I married that other fella, that other lady. That's the one I want to come back. Okay. Job, loss of livelihood. Let's go jump Job 1, 14 and 15. Go to the 14 and 15 verse. And when we start like this, you got to keep in mind, and you got to start at 1 and read up to 14, 15, so we can know what's going on, what's happening. So we have something to do. If you don't go to start at the beginning, you start in the middle, how you gonna know what's going on? Like he said, in all this, Job said not. So what is he talking about? 22. In all this, in all what? In all this, what is this? What is the this he's talking about? In all this, in our central verse. In all this how you study your word. In all this. So what is the this he's talking about? The trouble. What? In all this, what trouble? Well, we finna read it now. In all this. Okay, let's start. 14, let's go start at 13.
And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
Okay, stop, go down while we doing this. See, that's why you gotta, I thank God for missionary Graham. You study your Bible, you study this book, long as this is the author's saying here. But you got to stick with this Bible Okay, skip down to Job's loss of family. Okay, we're going to deal, before I go. See, Job in your book, Job's loss of family. Okay, read that.
Job learned from the fourth messenger that all of his children had been killed when a great wind, perhaps a tornado, destroyed his eldest brother home.
Now what's wrong with that? What did the Bible say?
It was his eldest son, not his eldest brother.
Which he can make a mistake, but then see somebody, if you're going by this, his eldest brother, that's saying Job's eldest brother. But the Bible said, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Which we can make mistakes, we can go for a minute, but somebody need to pick that up and clear that up. It wasn't Job's eldest brother, it was his children, it was his eldest son home, and which was the eldest child, which was his brothers and sisters' brother. So I wanted to point that out too, to make sure, you got to catch these little things, but if you don't study the word of God, people will feed you anything and you'll buy anything. I picked that up right away. I said, oh no, that's not right. Job's and he destroyed his eldest brother's home. No, his eldest son home. Which people can make mistakes. They can make mistakes. That's why we stand to be corrected. And it's probably an honest mistake. They just made a mistake there, but we can't afford to be making these mistakes. Just like I can hear a song. God, the people say that which he's an on-time God, which he is on time. But he said he took the fire out for the three Hebrew boys. No, he didn't. That's what we want God to take the fire out. No, he's a God. Sometimes he will take the fire out of your situation. But there will come a time when you got to go in the fire. But we know that God will be out the fire and in the fire. But in the case of the three Hebrew boys, he got in the fire with what the king said. Did not we throw three in there bound? But I see four walking around loose. So all the fire did was burned off of what had them bound. And they was walking around loose. Didn't even smell like smoke. This the God we serve. He's that same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The three Hebrew boys, Daniel was in the lion den. He's our God too. If he brought them over, Moses, David, King David, if he took care of them, Nehemiah, Jeremiah, he's that same God. Same God. So why are we fretting? Why are we worried? You ain't got to curse nobody out. You ain't got to get mad with them. That's what God let me know. Cease from your anger. Get that anger out of you. Get that unforgiveness out your heart. I thank God. Now I can look back and thank God. You never know how free you are till you've been bound. You never know. You wonder why. You can have a dog on the leash and he break that leash. Ooh, he get to running and nothing but a gate. You got a gate around the house. He get to running around there, that yard, and just going around you. What's wrong with that crazy dog? He free. He ain't on no leash no more. Nothing bound and holding him down. You're free to serve God. Ain't nothing like being free. What them slaves say that song? I'd rather be buried in my grave before I be a slave. Before I be bound. That's when it ain't too quick to get back into nothing. Be like that young man was telling me today. It's a lot of bipolar folks here. He said men and women. So you better take your time before you go hooking up with these folks. These people got problems. Buy me two. You dealing with two and then more than buy. Some of them, I don't know if it's a number for some of these folks, these different personalities, like Joyce Meyer said. They been married, her husband been married one time, but to about 38 different women talking about her. These for her personality. He said, he don't know. I guess he said, who you today? So these spirits, people, these are spirits that you're dealing with. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but demonic spirits that you're dealing with. You know, so and that's why we need the Holy Ghost. That's why you need the Holy Ghost. You don't have to get mad. We ain't got to fight. You ain't got to get mad with nobody. But he have given us that power, dunamis power on the inside. You don't even have to pray out. All you got to do is begin to rebuke and bind that spirit that's operating inside. You can't fight a spirit. You can't fight a spirit. God is a spirit. They that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The devil is a spirit. We trying to get mad with people when it's that spirit on the inside of that person. And he have given us the answer. You are an answer. Begin to bind and rebuke. And he says, with love and kindness have I drawn you. Overcoming evil with what? Good. Evil. That spirit just appeased because, hey, evil. This is what I want. This is what I feed off of. But it's strange when you give that evil person good. That's something foreign to them. And see, God knows what to do and when to do. He said, pray for him. If your enemy hungry, feed him. And pray for your enemy. He didn't tell us to do nothing with our friends and family. But he said, your enemy, pray for them. If they hungry, feed them. Okay? Continue. Continue, Sister Tanisha.
And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feet beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Okay, so in all this is one of the this. This is one of the this that Job was going through. And look, even 16. We don't have that. Look, do 16.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven, and has burnt up the sheep, and the servants it consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
So while the first messenger was telling him, now here comes somebody else with some bad news. Don't that sound like our lives? But in all this, Job said not. Then when that finished, here come the first, the second. Now here come a third. Wait, when we get to the third one, go 17.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out three bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Okay, and the next we'll do the 18 in Job's loss of family. What? The first messenger bore the bad news that Job's livelihood and agriculture had been dealt a serious blow. All your crops gone. Everything is gone around you. Nothing in the deep freezer. Maybe you're homeless. But Job lost all of his oxen, donkeys, and all of his herds. Even the ones taking care of the herds. He done lost his servants. His servants are gone. Sometimes Christians are laid off from their jobs or terminated due to downsizing of their companies. When the news is unexpected, as it was in Job's case, it can be quite traumatic. But however, Job had little time to react. While the first messenger was still speaking, a second and then a third messenger of bad news rushed in to tell him all all of his agricultural enterprises and workers were lost. That's we read verse 16, 17. So what do you do when bad news just keep on going? My house gone underwater. I don't have no flood insurance. FEMA said they broke. This one said, what you gonna do? I'm gonna trust in God.
Yes.
You gotta trust God.
What to do?
What did they say? Gave you a call. You know, first reaction. Think about your first reaction. You know, saying, brother, your grandbaby, Jeremiah, had diabetes. What? Tears begin to flow? Yeah, natural might kick in, but hey, what if Vicky said, I better shake myself loose?
Yes.
This is the time now to exercise. And like I tell you, I'm not saying it lightly, but pray. What did God say? God is getting ready to show himself strong.
Yeah.
He want to get the parents' attention.
Yeah.
To let them know that I'm still God. See, we want to look at, we don't nobody want their children in jail, none of them. Ooh, a big lump just get up in my heart. I don't like no jail. I don't want nobody incarcerated. You know, what kind of birds don't even like to be shut up. You know, but God said, trust me. Trust me. Yeah. Sometimes they might have to go into the jail, but God keep them in the midst or wherever they got to go when they won't listen to us. And then if you do not teach these children, you can play with them if you want to and be too scared to put that rod on their beat time. The jail there, they gonna whoop them. That stick hanging on the polices, that's just not hanging down there just to be hanging. That's a head whooping stick. Yeah. Well, see, he just got out of there. He said they handcuff you. So you can't go nowhere and you can't fight back. So what can you do? You think you're so bad. Well, one young man said they handcuffed you and then they beat you. So you can't do nothing. Got your legs probably tied up too. Well, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing but take it. So that's why I love my children enough. If I had to go to jail for whooping them, so be it, lock me up. The Bible said beat them, they won't die. And that's not talking about no beat down. If you love them, you just want to just take them a little bit to straighten them out. You know? But I mean not beat them down. And then we might say, I brought you in this world and I take you out. You ain't brought nobody in the world.
Oh, that was my favorite line.
You ain't brought them in the world. You could have died having them. But it was God that carried us. And and these are not your children. These are God's children. And we got to give an account of how we raised them. Did you put God inside of them? Just like you give a natural education, you got to give them a spiritual education too. Yeah. So if you don't put God in them, they got some Bible studies in the jailhouse. They go get God now. Yeah, they got church. So why do you have to be locked up to go to church? Do it while you can freely serve. Yeah. You know, and then they call that jailhouse salvation. When you get out, I want to see when you continue to have it. You can talk noise in that jail, but let's see when you get in this big wide world, do you still love God? See, God have ways of straightening us out. He know now he got to pay his bill or be locked up. He told him what? Just give me a little time. I'm going to pay for it. And this is what God given us spiritually. And see, you won't get in jail. They can be physically locked up, but you could be in jail out here mentally. Yes. That's worse than being physically locked up if you mentally locked up in your head. Yes. And yeah, they know you're going to ride in the car. They said they don't come looking for nobody.
You ain't got to.
Because they want to know who all in these cars. You know, and now you putting everything out there on that Facebook. They got police sitting there watching. That's how they solving a lot of crime. You want to fight and you putting it all out there on that Facebook, they can come get you for fighting. Whatever you're doing that's wrong, and we thinking that's something glorious, somebody fighting, you should be trying to break them up while you're taking pictures of it. This is just foolish. This world is look like going backwards. Okay, so Job's loss of family. 1:18-19. What Tanisha stop? Okay, 18-19.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Okay, look what, now here his sons and daughters, what were they doing?
Partying.
Drinking, they were drinking wine. They were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Okay, look at partying. They were partying even. So you say it's all right to do that? Okay, but what was Job doing? See, he can't, wrong people, we can't make our children act right. But look what Job was doing. Go back to the 5th verse.
The 5th verse.
1 and 5.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting was gone about, that Job sent the sanctified. And it was so, when the days of their feasting was gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them. It rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offering according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continuously. Okay, see what was Job? Job was setting up a sacrifice for his sons and daughters. They were over there partying. But Job was making sacrifice for them. But sometime there'll come a time even when ain't nothing that you can do. All we can do is pray, but however God work, God work. But when you go to the end of the book, Job gonna get some more children back. You know, and he gonna get double for all the trouble that he went through. God is gonna give somebody double for their trouble. Yeah. Double for all that you've been through. God said double. Yeah. So stand on his word. Okay, so Job learned that the fourth messenger, that all his children had been killed when a great wind, perhaps a tornado, destroyed his eldest son's home. You know, so trouble gonna come. You're gonna hear about these children into something. But if they don't do as Beretta said, what is that, Beretta? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Now, if your children out there doping and breaking in and stealing, they asked them to go to jail. Yeah. And I thank God for missionary Winbush. She told us she didn't raise her son to sell dope. But when they picked him up, she said, I'm not going to tell the church to pray for my son, that he don't go to jail. She said, I want you to pray that God will keep him where he got to go, where dope dealers go. And he did go there. Do you know? She came and told us he learned the Lord. He came back to God through that. So you don't know what God got to do. We just pray. God, I know you in control of everything. Wherever my child have to go, God, keep him. Keep his mind. Keep him in the midst of wherever he has to go. And I know too, God will release him before time if we pray. You pray. I'm a living witness. Every time mine was I wrote every time I had to write his name. You will not be a number behind your name. Yeah. You will not be a number. You are a name, not a number. Yeah. And God came in and he released him. Yeah. Woo, thank you, Jesus. Don't tell me
good. There's no failure in him. No, got his job and working. Thank God. I thank God for it. Thank God. Woo, I thank God for it. I thank God. We got to pray for our children.
Yeah.
We got to pray, but when they do wrong, that's what the jail is for folks that do wrong. We want to get mad at the police. That's his job. For these bad folks breaking in folks' house, and if yours are doing that, they smoking dope, getting soaked in dope, they need to be away from that because you in a dangerous place. That dope will make them forget what he said. I got a little saying, and I'm gonna find that thing by crack. It'll make a beauty queen forget her look. It'll make a school teacher forget her books. I'm gonna find that, so that's what that bad stuff will do to you. That ain't nothing to play with. And see, he just wants you to get to smoking that marijuana. And once that marijuana get inside of you, now you want to go further into something else. You graduate from that. There's a graduation with everything. Don't be bamboozled and hoodwinked. Yeah. Come on. Yes, it's killing them. That's the devil. He come to kill, steal, and destroy. But God said, I came that you may have life and life more abundantly. Don't you want to live this abundant life? Yes. I thank God for this life. I said, Lord, I thank you for strength on today. Yes. I don't feel even the age that I am. I said, Lord, I thank you. Yes. Got out there and mowed that yard and got up leaves and burned here and there, and everything just looks so beautiful. I said, Lord, I thank you. And I thank God, no medication. I don't have to take no medication. I thank God, I ain't got no high blood. I ain't got no low blood. I thank God, ain't nothing bothering me. That's God. Yeah. That's God. Yeah. Woo, thank you. Then you can abuse your body if you want to. I thank God never had dope in my body. And I've been on my own like ever since I was 16 years old. Went to stay with my daddy. That's just like we was on our own. Go what we want to go. Come back when we get ready. But hey, because he was out doing his thing. He ain't had time for us. But dope was all around. But I never experienced it. Didn't even want to know what it feel like. Because I wanted something out of life. You need to set a goal. What the Bible said, write the vision. Make it plain. Make it big enough when you run that you can read it. Yeah. You got to want something out of life. Yes. A Christian can respond to tragedy. Job's reaction. Job 1:22. Let's see his reaction. 27th verse, last verse of the first chapter. He said, all this, so we know all this is what? The first messenger came, his ox were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. The Sabines came upon them and took them away, stole this stuff, and they had slain the servants with the edge of the sword. They killed his servants. And then he said, they left one to come and tell Job. While that's what was yet speaking, here come another messenger. And all this, the fire of God is falling from heaven and has burned up the sheep and the servants and to consume them. And I only am escaped alone to tell me. Now what came in this 16th verse? The fire of God, act of God. He look like God. Don't it seem like sometimes look like God? What I had, I ain't it. She said, if I didn't know no better, I think the Lord is happy saving on me. But she knew better. She knew God was for her. You know, even Job, even with the fire of God, now they blaming God for doing some things. The fire of God is falling from heaven and has burned up the sheep and the servant. stopped it and I didn't. So you mad at that person, you might as well be mad at me too. God in control. So stop being don't be mad with no one. God is in control. He's working behind the scene. He knows what he's doing. That's when that unshakable trust and faith come in. Okay, 17, while that one was yet speaking, look, a band of Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Slain the servant and killed your servant. I only left. While this one coming in, here come another one before he can finish telling Job that. While he was yet speaking, there came another one and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house. Now who? Here come God again. They said, after God. And he said, fell upon the young men, said they were dead, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. But in all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God fully. Now y'all know, don't mess with these folks' children. Don't mess with their children.
That's all I was.
Not the children. Not the children, the children. Don't mess with the children now. You want some stuff to go down. It's going down, you mess with these folks' children. It's on and popping. Yeah. They turn a different color, you get to messing with these children. I had to check myself. Y'all sit up here talking about y'all's children. I got some children too. My child did something to your child. Now what about my child? Might be your sister, but that's my child. But we gotta give these children to God. Right. Give them to God. Yes. Give them to God. Because I know, hey, man, after I got saved, I was fighting for them. They thought I was. Now I go to that school, I take them, and I listen, and I take them back home. And I go back to the school again because I want to see what's going on. Because I can understand if the teacher's saying something and they say, you know it didn't happen that way. I knew then the teacher done got off. But I did not say nothing in the front of my children because they had to respect that teacher. I took my child back home and I came back to the school. It was the teacher and me. You know, because I know children. Ooh, she told him. And this. No, they had to teach them and I had to show them respect. Stop going to these schools and showing out and you know you got bad children. Yes. You know these children are jacked up. And then you up there trying to talk to the children. You know you can't do nothing with them at all. And then they gonna come to the school acting up. If they not gonna respect you, who God used you, the mother, to bring them into the world, they not gonna respect no other woman. Yes. Or no other person. Because you not doing your job and demanding respect from you. Yes. I refuse to eat. I refuse to feed any child that I cannot say anything to them. I refuse to do it. And I don't know why.
You know what? This little boy that stayed with me, I tell him all the time, I said, I don't mind going down there and talking to the teacher, but you got to be wrong before I do it. Because I'm not going to go down there and you wrong and she right. I'm not going to go down there. And he was right. He said, well, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be good to the teacher. I'm going to be my teacher. So, okay, then.
Yes. And when we was going to school, you better not sass them teachers out. We got it at school, and when we got home, we got another whooping. And even our neighbor, we had to say Mr. and Miss. You don't disrespect no grown person. And that neighbor tear you up, and then when they get you back home, you gonna get another whooping. And I thank God for it.
I never forget your abuse. I never will forget that one. She going on, but I never will forget her.
Yes.
That was my second mama.
And see, our neighbors could help us, but now these children so disrespectful now, you know, and then the parents is doing it too. You know, like they don't have to listen to nobody. You know.
But I tell them all the time, I said, you done that, get an education. You done that, supposed to be good. You done that, supposed to get your lesson and take the teachers. I'm taking the teaching. So far, he tell me that's what he's doing, but I need to check on the report card. I need to check on the report card and see what he's doing. He's going to be surprised one day I walk down there.
And we need to, it's an urgency to let these children know you going there for an education. After we be sitting up there at that graduation, calling their name. One man had a bullhorn when his daughter was graduating. I said, we need to be crying. There's children finna enter into a world that they not even prepared for. You know, but yay. But you know, we got to teach and tell them, make that I used to tell my children, I'm not sending you there for friends. But if you get a friend, so be it. But I'm sending you there to get some knowledge into your head so you can get a job and be able to take care of yourself, because I will not be taking care of you the rest of your life.
I'm not his mama, but I sure ain't going to take care of him if he don't get his blessing. And anything he asking for, I get it to him. I need to go in and check the grade and see what he's doing.
Yes. And then you helping them. You know, and trying to put, especially these men. Who is that? Stop. Just turn it off.
I really hope I am helping him, because his mother's been attacking his daddy down in Rango.
Well, you helping him. All you can do is to tell him.
Yeah.
Because one thing you will know when he entered this world.
Right.
And these men, we need to stop petting these young men, these boys. We should work on them more than you do. You work on your girls too.
Right.
But you should work on them more than the girls, because they are the heads and they're going to have to take care of somebody. How can they take care of somebody sitting up in prison somewhere, don't have an education?
That's my teacher to him. I said, one day you're going to grow up just like your papa. I said, what you going to do? To be like your papa? No, you can't be like papa. You got to be better than papa.
Yes. It's because the head carries responsibility. If you the head of that house, and that man is the head, because that's what God said. And if you single, then Christ is the head. He's your husband. He's a good provider. And I thank God he provides for me. You know.
It wasn't the good Lord, what would I be?
So he's saying all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. So even though Job lost his livelihood and his children in the same day, not a different day, all this happened in the same day. And all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Verse 22. A Christian can respond to tragedy either with wails or with worship. So what you going to respond to, whatever's happening in your life? You going to worship God? Even in death? What it say? We don't just fall out. I want to go with you. I don't want to go with you. I don't want it. I don't want to go, because I got to finish my course too.
Yeah.
We know death is coming. And that's what I was telling this young man today at the park. I was telling him, this is why we got to teach the word of God and let it go out, so you be left without excuse, so you can make a good choice. Joshua said, choose ye this day whom you're going to serve. You not hurt nobody but yourself. If you choose to serve the devil, then go ahead. Then, you know, you asked them to go to hell, and that's your first day. And I was telling them how we tell people, oh, they in a better place. No, they not. Job's children went in no better place drinking wine over that party. They went in no better place. But Job, all he could do was set up a sacrifice for him and try to to ask God to help them. But we do what we live like you want to. Then he said, what? I put before you good and evil, you choose. Yes, God is too good to damn anybody. That's what people say, God, well, he ain't going to damn us. No, you're going to damn yourself. You know, because you choose to do wrong. Because God said, even we got to know God. You know, I would love to. God just not going to accept no anything from us. Even in Proverbs, what he say? Okay, the first chapter, 1 and 24. He said, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. You went to church, but you didn't do what I said in my word to do. You know, you set at naught. Oh, it don't mean that, and God don't care what we do. He love all of us. We all God children. We all going to heaven in a better way. Okay. See, there's a good side. We under grace and truth right now, but you don't want to fall into the hands of an angry God. God got an anger side to him too. And then 26, Proverbs 1:26. He said, what? I also will laugh at your calamity, trouble. God, you gonna laugh at somebody? I will mock when your fear comes. Yeah, when trouble comes, pray for me. I'm going through. Pray. In places you ain't got no business, and tragedy happen. You want to call the saints to pray. You ain't got no business there. You should be studying your Bible somewhere. You should be at home somewhere. But then he said, but when your fear comes as a desolation and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. And that's what we do. We want God now. You weren't thinking about it in a good time, but when trouble comes and somebody gets sick, you want the saints to pray. But God said, I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of God. Choose. The choice is yours. Because you wanted to do what you wanted to do. Yes, you went to church, but yet you didn't heed to the teaching. And don't take all that, and it don't mean that. Okay. That's what he said. Shake the dust off your feet. Leave it for a testimony. He said, they would none of my counsel. They despised my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruits of their own way. You chose to do that? Joshua lets us know. Whatever state you in, God didn't do it and nobody else. You did it to yourself. If my parents have it, no, that's all over. It's your turn. 18 up, it's your turn. Because you can succeed above your parents. You don't have to be a product of your environment. Now it's your turn to do things right. And be filled with their own devices. See, it's on you. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of food shall destroy them. You see this dope man over, you see these folks selling dope and seeing them prosper. Got a big old car and all of this, but look how they got it. Prosperity of foods. You can have whatever you want. Go get you a job and go to work. That you don't impress me when you done sold dope and sold pills and doing all this and that. And then you got this and you got that, the latest fashion and a big old ride, a house. Where you work at? That's how the police know. That's how they catch you. How you gonna get all this stuff and you ain't got no job? You give yourself away. He said, but whosoever hearken unto me shall dwell safely. But God, will they dwell safely? Will they be safe?
No.
So, people think that you can live any kind of way and you still going to heaven. Not according to the word of God. You got to quit your evil way. You things I used to do. You got to put that stuff away. Change clothes. Take off these old dirty clothes and put on some clean clothes. And walk upright before God. So this is God talking. He said, I'm going to laugh at you. Don't play God. Don't get it twisted now. And think we serve a stupid God. And we serve a God that you can just act like you want to act. Oh, no. Don't get it twisted, baby. God ain't stupid. And don't play him stupid. He said, only the ones that do the will of God. Those are the ones that's going to gain eternal life. Okay, our conclusion. Let's go to the 3rd chapter, Job's depression. And see, when you let fear come upon you, you open the door. That's demonic.
Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived.
And go to 1 through 3. You read that 1 through 3?
Oh, I just read, I'm sorry. I just read 3. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived.
Oh, they love that. I got a boy. But what Job said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there's a man-child conceived. Oh, they love that every man want a boy. Oh, I got me a boy. Got a boy. But after this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And see, what did Satan say he was going to curse? What did Satan? What did Satan told God?
He gonna curse the hill.
He'll make him curse him. He said, I'll make Job curse you to your face.
Oh, okay.
God, Job didn't curse Job, but he cursed the day he was born. See, God knew he wasn't going to curse him, but he knew he was going to curse the day he was born. You ain't even got no business cursing that day. See, Job did wrong. He said, let this day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived. So we got to be careful. And then he said, at last, Job speaks. He finally speaks. He hadn't said anything. And all the anguish he had struggled to hold in spilled out in a flood of despair. When it come out of his mouth, look what came out. Job began to curse the day he was born. Job cursed the day of his birth, wishing fervently that it could be blotted from history. And I can look back. God, why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you send a storm that day? He said, you still would have been there. Even we can identify with Job.
Yeah.
Why did I have to go to the hospital that day? Why did you let that go through? We want to charge God. God said, no, I gave you a will too. So non-existent seems preferable to what Job experienced now. Or at least Job might have died still born. What he was saying, why wasn't I born still? I could have died when I came here. But Job, both the great men of the world and the insignificant, seem to find in death the rest that he yearns for. And that's what? This rest that we looking for. One day, if we keep on going through, God gonna give rest to his people. We're gonna be no more crying, no more dying, no more working. It's gonna be, and we ain't gonna be locking up stuff. No more lying on, no more evil. The evil folks gonna be gone. It's gonna be a great separated. But know that despise his despair, Job does not consider suicide. You don't see nowhere in there where Job wanted to kill himself. But life is a gift from God. And that's what we got. A lot of these young people running, and old folks too, running around here shooting up somebody. Why take something that you can't give? Don't you know you won't hurt somebody? See, they're not thinking about that. The devil have you blind. That's somebody's baby. I don't care what's going on. Every grown person been a baby before. Yeah. And they got sisters, they got brothers, aunts and uncles, cousins. You breaking somebody's heart, and you just so quick to whip out a gun, and they want to legalize these things. Now they're trying to go back and unlegalize. But the greed people, these folks selling these guns and stuff, they don't want to stop because they want to fatten their pocketbooks. But they ain't worried about putting these guns on the street. If you sold them those things, you just as guilty as partakers of another man's sin. So, what a great affirmation of faith for those who contemplate taking their lives. Those who struggle on may very well merit more reward than others who have never plunged into despondency or known the turmoil of despair. So don't worry don't never go to suicide, no matter what you do. But Job wished he had never been born. Once he focused on his problem, the enormity of his suffering caused him great depression. So don't focus on it. Don't worry about your problem. Give it to God. He said, don't you know it's a privilege to cast all your cares upon him, but he cares for us. Yeah. First Peter tells us, cast me through it. Give it to God. You can't do nothing about it anyway. Worry is of the devil. And why you going to pray if you're going to worry? And why, if you're going to worry, why pray? If you're going to pray, why worry? You can't do both of them at the same time. So you got to choose which one you're going to do. I choose to pray. Yeah. No matter what. I'm going to pray. So we can either imitate Job, or we can focus on God for the entire trial, or let him lift our spirits during the time of loss. So even when Job said the very thing that I feared came upon me. So what? 2 Timothy 1:7 say, but God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. So we ain't got time to fear on today. Get that out of your spiritual life. Get fear out of the way. To ask God why is to choose to be depressed. Well, I'm going through this, God, so you choosing to be depressed when you ask God. Because you never going to understand God. We can't understand him. When it look like that person down for the count, here they come up much more higher. So you can't understand God and stop trying to. All he told us to do was trust, have faith. He didn't tell nobody to understand him, but to trust him and to have faith. So to trust him no matter what happened in your life is the key to overcoming through his incomparable power. Always remember that. Trust God no matter what you have to go through. Trust God. And even through what Job went through. He said, even if I did anything to a maid, that's women's. And you know how you men try to take advantage of women's and stuff. I paid a guy to do my tune-up. Told me I need a tune-up, and I paid it. And now, that was in March. Here I need a tune-up, thing running hot. He's supposed to put a thermostat on there, but God gonna get you. He gonna get you. And then most of all, I'm a child of God. You can take advantage of women if you want to, because you think we don't know, but we serve God, and that's just like taking advantage of God. Sister Tanisha, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to read the letter.
Okay.
Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?
That's what he was wishing he'd been born still. Why didn't you just kill me then? But see, God because he want to take all this grumbling, mumbling, and complaining out of our lives. No matter what comes, he just wants us to be our happy self. Just be happy, be content, be enjoy. I done made up in my mind, I'm going to enjoy where I am on the way to where I'm going. He's getting ready, he's taking me somewhere. And I'm going to enjoy this day. And then when I just said, don't make no sense, God, to be blessed like this. And I ain't talking about no material stuff either. We want to simply go to material things. Yeah. No, he's doing so much peace of mind. Keep making way. He don't have to make the way. He is the way, the truth, and the life. You know, and even when I need a bill paid, the bill is right there. And then even he just keep on. Just like the gas company, if you owe their policy, if you owe got a bill and you got a balance there, they're not bringing no gas out until you they have to bring me my gas and the tank propane. They not gonna bring any until that bill is paid. I dial there. I let them know who I am and I need some gas. They bring that gas right there. And with the money, I send the bill on. And I have a balance. So to tell me what God won't do. Yeah. They bring that gas and fill that tank up. And poof, there it is. I thank God. And I wanted to read this one in Revelation. This go with our lesson today. How I say the devil gonna cast some of us into prison. That I turn to see the voice myself here. Okay, 2. When he's talking to the church of Smyrna, Revelation 2:10, where he said, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto," it didn't say until, "to" carries over, "unto death," but "till" you can stop right at death. "And I will give thee a crown of life. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the church. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death." So don't worry about what you're going through. Revelation 10, fear none of these things. Even go back and read about what the church of Smyrna was going through. Even he said, "Unto the angel of the church of Smyrna write, these things said the first and the last, which was dead and is alive. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich." He was letting us know, even just because your pocketbook's not running over with money. Seem like the spirit of poverty is on you right now. But know that you are rich. We join heirs with Christ. Yeah. We heirs and joint heirs with Christ. Yeah. So you rich, that's more than a millionaire. Yeah. As I needed, God to give it to me. And I know the blasphemers of them which say they are Jews. I know God is saying. They say they are Christian and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. You ain't fooling nobody. But just tarry along with them for a few minutes. He said, let the wheat and the tare grow together. On the day of harvest, I'm going to separate. Don't worry about hypocrites. But see, you think you're saying something when I don't want to be with hypocrites. I'd rather be with them for a little while than to spend eternity with them. You let these hypocrites run you out the church and they still there bothering somebody else. Why is it they can stay in the saints of God running? Oh no, don't let nobody move you off your post. Yeah. Because God said, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. I know the blasphemers of them which say they are Christians and are not. God knows them. Even the scripture said the foundation of God standeth sure. He knows them that are his. You can say you're a Christian all you want to. Living any kind of way you think you can live. Doing anything you want to do. Treat people any kind of way. fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Whatever you gotta go through on today, don't worry about what you gotta go through. I said, don't worry about it. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. That means not literally talking about jail. When you got a problem, that's just like prison. That you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So hold on, he that endures until the end shall be saved. And then that's just like what Job went through. Before you can come out of one thing, here comes something else again. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. God said, I got this. I got it. Okay, number one, let's review what we went over. Let's see, did you comprehend what we taught even today? You might have had some questions on here, but your answer. But if it wasn't going along with what the Spirit was saying to us today, you had opportunities to change. So why is it that the attacks on Satan can be said to have come from all directions?
I put because everything in Job's life was affected by chaos.
Okay, why is it that the attacks on Job can be said to have come from all directions? What was happening to let you see from all directions?
I mean, like his family was down.
Okay. Verse 1. What did you put? What
God was speaking to him.
Okay. While the first messenger was still speaking, here come another. And then the third messenger of bad news rushed in. So wasn't it coming from all directions?
That's chaos.
Yeah, but it said have come from all directions, because here come one from the Sabines, and this one from that way, that one from that way. So that's what it was saying, which you were saying what it came, the first messenger while one was still speaking. So it's just like even in our lives, seem like before you can get over one thing, here comes something else and that one. Mm-hmm. So that's why we know the attacks on Job can be said to have come from all directions. Because while one was yet speaking, here comes something from the house over here, the children's house, then the camp's down there. So it's from all directions. So we might be being hit from all directions. Here come one bill calling from Florida, here comes somebody else down here in Minnesota want this, and this one over here want that. That's all direction. So that's life. So we don't have to worry about what in all this Job didn't see. But then he had some things in his life that God had to take him further, from where he was. Okay, number 2. How did Job demonstrate his righteousness in his response to his children's death?
I put by worshiping the Lord in verses 20 and 21.
You didn't include 22. How did Job demonstrate his righteousness in his response to his children's death? So he responded, what, in 22?
He tore his clothes.
How did he respond? What did he say? Read verse 22.
In all this, Job,
That's it. There you go.
In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly.
Okay. So how did Job demonstrate his righteousness in his response to his children's death?
He sinned not.
In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. God, if I'm doing this to you, look what you do, look what you allowed. He didn't charge God foolish. He didn't put his mouth on God. So Job's reaction, see, number 2, it answered right there, Job's reaction. Even though Job lost his livelihood and his children all in one day, in all this, Job sinned not, So that was his reaction. What's your reaction when bad news come? How we reacted? You know, so stop the panicking. Stop the getting mad. Stop getting mad at people. Harboring unforgiveness in our heart. Let it go. Let it go. This is what God is saying today. Let it go. It's too much. It's too much to hold on the inside. That's a spot on your heart. Yes. Let it go. Trouble gonna come. People gonna walk. People gonna talk about you. People gonna treat you mean. But Satan gonna act. But don't you react in an ungodly way. Is what he's saying. Okay, number 3. What can we learn from what Job did not do in response to his circumstances? What did you learn? What can we learn from what Job did not do in response to his circumstances? What did you learn? What can we learn from it?
Not to question or curse God for the troubled time in our life, but instead trust in the Lord and know that he will work it out to my good, because I chose to love him and worship him through it, through my pain.
Okay, anyone have anything to add? Now, but he did not curse God to his face. He didn't do what the devil said he was going to do. And we thank God for our lesson. Trials bring triumph to a spiritual heart. Trials can bring victory, can bring triumph to a spiritual heart. Trials can do that if we let it. Trials come to make us, not break us. If we can just keep our eyes, it comes to make us. A lot of times trials come and break people. They lead the church. They lead God. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause us to murmur and groan. Trials, that's breaking you. You know, breaking the fellowship with God and lack of trust with him when we don't. But trials could come to make us stronger. Stumbling blocks, it's like a stumbling block. What you gonna do with it? Grandma about it? Got the stumbling block. But stumbling blocks can be made into stepping stones going higher. You know, like they told a story about the old goat. The man got home, the goat had fell in it was a good goat, had fell into the ditch, into the well. And when he couldn't get him out, so he said, well, the best I can do is give him a good burial. So he went to throwing dirt down up in the well. The goat began to pack it under. Get more dirt, he packed it under. All that dirt came his way, and after a while, the goat was out the hole. So this is when dirt is being thrown on you, shake it off and pack it under. Going higher into the Lord. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Father, we thank you right now. You're a good God, you're a merciful God, you're an understanding God, and we so glad that you are our God. Just like Job went through and didn't charge you foolishly. God, our hope and our trust is in you. And we don't want to make the mistakes that Job made. We want to learn from him, dear Father. We don't want to be hearers of the word only, but we want to be doers. And Father, we thank you for this lesson on today. We want to trust you. Increase our faith the more, oh God, to do your word, oh God. Help us to meditate and to study your word, God, to dig down deep on the inside. Yes. God, we thank you. Every troubled heart, God. Oh, God, you are the mender of broken hearts. You can do it, God. Go there in Las Vegas, oh God. Heal that family. Heal the families, oh God. Yes. In the name of Jesus. God, forgive sin and blot out all our iniquities, oh God. We want to be clean vessels unto you, God. Yes. Somebody is our dock of safety, oh God. Oh, let the word found them, God. You said you sent your word and it healed them, God. Yes. And help us, God, to be all that you called us to be, oh God. And that we will stand on this word and declare your word and teach and preach your word, oh God. And most of all, be an example, cry, spare not, so we can lift up our voice like a trumpet. Show this old evil world your way. way, God, and that you soon to come, God, and we'll be careful to give your name praise, honor, and all the glory.